Welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nidos and we are up to episode 19 of our Let's Play, and there are a few things we need to do. So one of the things that, first of all, thank you very much for keeping up with this and for your kind remarks and likes and views. It's super awesome to see that a game that I love as much as this one is also something that has an interest from your viewers, because, hey, I love it. It's super fun. So thank you. Let's see if I can keep you engaged and interested as we progress into the later stages of the game. Well, today is one of the things that I always do. I do the same thing in Factorio, is that when I sort of blitz up to a new tech level, and even though I know that I don't have enough to really get there, but I'll just get it and then I'll unlock that tech level and I'll be happy, and then we can then go on to sort of stabilize and get more. So what we did last time, we had a few things that we cut some corners. And that was the processors. We cut some corners on that. We knew that we didn't have enough. And the second one was titanium. We were also running pretty much out of titanium in this one. And maybe we are actually entirely running out. Let's actually look at the entire thing. We have 450,000 titanium. 450,000 titanium. That is pretty much nothing because it's one patch. So we're not getting enough. So we're going to have to fit titanium. And also, if we look further ahead, what we really need to work towards is this one, the small carrier rockets. These are the ones we need to make a Dyson Sphere. So that's going to be it. We want to work on Dyson Sphere components. They require more, let's click on it, more sails and more of these frame materials. The frame materials require, let's click that, requires carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes can be made in two different ways. They can be made with the spiny form, which is super nice, but I don't really have a lot of it. I have a tiny bit, but not really a lot. Or this one. So we're gonna have to do this one for now, and that means more graphene. If we look back at what it was requiring for, it was requiring for those ninja stars. What are they actually called? Dyson Sphere components. All right. This is again more graphene. So we are right now, we have three things that we've kind of neglected that will get into trouble. Processors, yes, that's annoying, but it's still running, so I can skip that. Titanium, we are running completely out, and graphene, if we run out of that, we don't have any materials. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, well, we can just knock out a few of these upgrades, just paused it, but let's knock out a few more of these upgrades, why not? And more of that, and more of that, and more of that. Record warp speed, sure. More of that one and that one. Oh, actually these ones are not the most important one or even interesting ones. We'd like to get more here and there. So at this point, well, we just basically just click all of it, right? We want just all of these upgrades to go. So let's keep that flowing, even though it's going to use a lot of materials. So we need to find a location that has a lot of titanium and some more graphene. Well, we already have one location that is exactly solving both of those needs. So we are going to go over here to our X0 and look at the tracer star. If we look at this, well, it doesn't tell us anything, but I know that we have 12 million fire ice and we also have a nice amount of titanium ore that someone has been preparing for us. Oh, that is so nice that someone is actually preparing for us so that we can focus on the build and less on the actual just mining. Mining is by far the worst one here. It's worse than this game. So here we are in warp space. What does warp space mean? That means this is the time for me to to shout out the beautiful, lovely, awesome moderators. Yeah, they're awesome too, but mainly the patrons who are supporting the channel. Thank you so much for the patrons. As you can see, these names of the stars and the planets are named after the higher tier patrons who've been supporting for a long time. Really appreciate it. So thank you very much, everyone who is supporting. It means the world to me that there are so many people who are choosing to support the work I do here. And now we are coming up on the planet. We didn't even need to do a break. I just need to find the one that's called Tracer. I think that's down here. Tracer is here, and we just need to go straight into it. And 2, 1, and there it is. And here we are. So isn't it lovely? Someone has spent the time. Spend the time to hook up all of the titanium. No, it's not even titanium. That's the sugar cubes. We did that some time ago. But between sessions, someone has been kind enough to hook up all the titanium veins on the planet. There's some titanium veins, and it is just ready to go. That is lovely. Thank you very much, whoever did that. And what we have now is this beautiful planet. It is basically 12 million fires, at least in the beginning, and 22 million titanium. That is a lovely titanium location. So we have a spot that I have prepared, a nice big square, and that will be where we build some titanium. And then we are also going to extend our graphene, because graphene, I think we have a problem over here. If I just go over and take a look at it, that should be revealing some interesting things. That's completely the wrong end of the world. Here. So what we have here is when you create this, you will have a residue of hydrogen. The hydrogen is stacking up here, and it's actually stacking up into the last box here because I'm not consuming it fast enough. So we might want to actually find a way to consume it faster by building more here. I have an idea, and it's a crazy idea. So let me just try something. I am going to request 100 of these things here because they take a lot of power. So can we request it? Yes, we can. All right, we'll come back to that one later. And what I then need to do is go down to this location and build some more titanium. We now have every single bit of titanium. This is one of those beautiful things that titanium or any of these smelting columns, I really want to show you how fast we can build it. We're going to be just showing the first one, and then I will basically what you do is you do input and output, and it is 2 in. Yes. So we will do that one, and I will do local demand and then local and global supply. So that's the one we'll have it here, we'll have it in the middle, and we will have it on that location, and we will also be here. So let's just enjoy ourselves while building this as fast as I can possibly do this without blueprints. And so we're ready. That should be a few hiccups here and there, but it should be working, and I will just happily put more in, and I will just make sure that I have more of these. Yep. Okay, so at the previous session, I took my input or my requester for titanium. I also set that to also have warpers because I wanted it to warp out here to grab stuff. And I get so many comments and about my setup here. The fact that I have passive providers, these ones do not have warpers and they do not have vessels. I will just spend just a second on explaining that because it's something that is well thought out, and some people think it's a mistake and they haven't really thought about how it actually works. So while we see this coming on board, so let's say, look at this planet. If I was saying, hey, I want these to have vessels so they can provide anywhere, then I'd also need to have warpers. That means I need every single one of these, both the smelting locations like these and also the raw locations like this, to have vessels and smelters, or vessels and warpers. If I do that, when they need to warp, they take a massive amount of power. I do not have massive amounts of power on a random mining smelting outpost here. I can only get up to 294, and that would just not work. That means I can actually get in a position where I can request from a mining position, and because I have warpers and vessels on the providers there, they will suck out all the power on that planet. They can actually get into a position where they will completely drain it so that it gets overloaded. That's when the power doesn't even cover 10% of the entire demand, and then everything shuts down. So you can actually have a planet that you know there's 20 million titanium there, but nothing is coming out. Why not? Well, because they are just slowly trying to charge up these interstellar logistics stations so that they can send out another warper. So it is very carefully determined that I do not want to have my providers have vessels and warpers. Another one is that I will have hundreds of these. You can see I'm already up to 263, no, thousands of these, 263. I think that by the end of it, I'll probably have about 5,000 of those. 5,000 times 10 vessels times 50 warpers or 100 warpers. That is insane amounts of power, of resources for no use. Also, I'm going to add more points here. I will have way more providers than I will have requesters, so I will need to set up those providers, and I don't want to put resources into something where I don't really need it. Right, so that is done. We are gonna have problems with power here. What I do have in terms of power, I have this one, which can consume, there is 100 of these, and that will, we did some calculations some episodes ago, and that will consume exactly 1 belt of hydrogen. But as we see, it's just not enough to process all the hydrogen, so I'm gonna have to do something else. That something else is, first of all, I'm gonna need some more titanium. Nope, that's not titanium. This is the stuff that I wanted, not titanium, by the way. Here. And so this is 1 meridian, 2 meridians, 3 meridians, 4 meridians, 5 meridians, and 6 meridians. There we go. There. If I take 6 meridians like this, then I can actually consume a full belt. That should be enough if I take that one out. Oops. This is just simply going to take more hydrogen, get that in there, get the local demand, get rid of it. There. Nothing is coming out because it needs to be powered. So again, the requester is responsible for getting our resources in, and here. Just keep going this way. It has to go all the way. And by all the way, I mean all the way, like literally right up to the edge there. And then the question becomes, or not question, but I need to build that one. Let's get that back here, because I need to add more power. I think this is okay, but I'm kind of tempted to do this. I think I'll actually do this one, because I want to make sure that I guaranteed have enough space for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something. It doesn't make sense to do it until I have this one done. Should be okay. Are they coming out to get the last bits here? Yes. And that is 15. It is not quite done yet, so I need to take here. Come on, drones. And if I look, like overlap by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I overlap by 5, you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Ah, not great. I thought I had enough, right? Did I? No, I did make it as close as I could, right? I don't think I can make it closer than this. No, I can't. Okay, so it's only going to be 24, unfortunately. So, slightly less than a full belt. I don't get that. I thought I actually had it. Oh well, I didn't. Get that one. We know that's going to be right next to it, so that we can also do out of building range. Damn, that sucks. And where are the drones? Come on, drones. So I wonder if I could actually build another one here. I'll overlap some of the iron, but iron is kind of irrelevant on this plan. I could probably do that. This takes 6 plus 6, and then there'll be 2 left, 2 sections left. That's 1 section, that's 2 sections. You know what? Let's build another one so we have 3 of these. Sure, let's do that. And that's not really interesting to see, so let's just jump back when that's done. Now this is mildly insane, to be honest. What I've done here is I have 18 blocks around here. Oh, sorry, I have 20 blocks around here, and it takes 6 plus 6 plus 6. That should be 18. So if I leave these 2 blocks here, that by blocks I mean like space between the meridians, that's indicated by these ones. If I do that, then I have those 2, and then I can do 6. So what I found out is if I do this from here, and then that they meet next to each other, so no power or no ILS in the middle, but have the ILS here, feed both of those, there's room for it. And that gives us, each one of these is 216, so 216 times 3 is 664, something along the lines. It's a lot. Plus some solar panels. Great. All right, so we now have a lot of power, and that's great. What are we going to use that power for? Oh, thank you for asking about that. First of all, this one is going to work, and it is just stable, so we can now request as much titanium as we like, as long as we remember that they need to have warpers to request it. Now, that didn't really make a huge dip here, so, you know, there could be an option to build something else, you know? Something else could be built there. But first, I want to extend this part here, because we also need more, because as we detected, or as we projected maybe even earlier, then there was the issue. I'm just looking for that one. Okay, there was the issue with titanium, no, not titanium, with graphene. Like, we're using a lot of graphene, and we're going to use a lot of graphene for the nanotubes, a lot of graphene for the solar sails. All in all, graphene, and all of our power is also dependent upon graphene, so that's kind of risky. So I want to make sure that that's 2 locations. I get enough graphene, and I would just want a lot of graphene. And you might think I'm overdoing it, and I probably am overdoing it, but I think it's really important that we do that. Overdo it. Because we don't want to run out of graphene, and we can always do more solar sails. That's always going to be in short supply. So what I'd like to do is basically do these kind of things. We can probably make like 1 and 2 and 3 here. I'm pretty sure I'll take these out because they don't belong here. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and then I'm probably somewhere in between here. There. Cool. And they're not getting anything, they will get the cubes, but the idea is now that I need to build the same as what we've done here. So again, I think that since we have built it once, I just don't feel that it makes a lot of sense for me to just go through the motions and build it one more time. What do you guys think? Well, we can't really do a vote, can we? So, and that one, I think. Let's build the tentative parts of it. This is actually interesting. That's not really how I wanted it to be. I want this... Didn't I build that already? Yeah, I think I did. This is how it's supposed to be. There. That's correct. That makes a lot more sense. And that will be sugar cubes out onto this and here. Sugar cubes out. Nope. Sugar cubes out to that one. And then return. Sometimes it's good to just build things just one more time. There. We're just gonna build the skeleton part here. Yeah, that looks brilliant. Honestly brilliant. And that's gonna be another upgrade down with that one. And I am going to take the last one. That's gonna be the output here. Sugar cubes out, and they will be one outside. Yep. Sugar cubes out here, and they will be that one. So this will be here. And that one. Good. Now all I need to do is multiply this a number of times, then we should be good to go, and then that will be all we need for that. And so we have our graphene production ready and waiting, not hooked up, but that is a big build. Now I just quadrupled it, so if in doubt, double it. If it's still in doubt, double it again. That's what we've done, and now I will... Oh, local demand. I was like confused why nothing was coming in, but of course nothing is coming in because we do not have any drones yet. I'll put those in here. They come from the other one. There we go. And I should have all I need. Now with this I'm producing an awful lot of graphene. Yeah, that's good. We're also producing quite a lot of hydrogen that we can't really use for much right now. You can already see here, even despite the fact that we've hooked this up, we're just not using enough power to really kick it into gear. We have 650 something, but we're only using 79. That's probably also because over here our titanium is stalling, but it's only going to be like a couple hundred. So what I've actually done is I've prepared a space, and if you remember, I don't have any more of those. How do I not have that? Oh, that's bad. I need to get some more inbound here. Alright, I have a few of those, and we can now continue. I don't know what happened. That's going to be something I'm going to have to look at. Figuring out why that happened. I just grabbed them from the other planet in this sector. So we'll proceed. Here. I'm just going to build a single one, and I think that might be hopefully big enough. I'm not sure. And remember, right in the beginning of the episode, we requested 100 of these. I'm going to take these out here. Because you don't... Whoops. I'll take a bit more of this. There we go. So I think I want to build something like this. This can be done. This can convert hydrogen into deuterium. That's 2 to 1. So I'll get half as much. It's going to use a lot of power. Each of these take 12 megawatts of power. So that's a lot. So it's kind of ironic how I am deliberately doing something that consumes more power. But I think that's the right thing to do in this case. Here, let's... see how big we can make it. I think I'd like to build like 8 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Never mind. We'll get one more out here. That one. One more tile out. And that's perfect. I'll get this. It's going to be in the middle. No reason to do it any other way. These are not as good as I would like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have to figure out if power actually works for this. And this will then be, that's the return. So I'm going to get some hydrogen. We're going to get hydrogen, and we are going to get some deuterium. And that's probably not right. That's probably not right. Because it's much better to get this one as the return. Because if this is returning, it can go straight into a box like that. And that's just way nicer. Here. And then this one will be the hydrogen out. Whoops. I'm just making some silly mistakes here. I'm not 100% sure this will work because I'm not sure. I do remember that there's some problems with the power pole placement and these. There. Connected. And I'm gonna get another row up here. Yeah, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so all of these are actually incorrect. These are really, really annoying to place. Here. So quite obviously we need a lot more space than I would have anticipated for this part. And inbound, outbound, inbound, outbound, and I will do that one. Hydrogen going here. Like that. And on the other side, we'll get some more. That one. And return. Yeah. And this means I'm now producing deuterium out here in, I don't know. It doesn't really serve any purpose to build it out here. But I'm sure that at some point someone will come request it. And if nothing else, then at least we build a storage for it. I'm sure we'll find a use for it. Deuterium fuel will be used quite a lot later on. So it'll find a use. There. How's there? Good. And each of these are consuming, so what I have 64 of, no, I have 32 of those and they take 12 each. They are producing at 5-second intervals. Okay, so there's nothing really particular about the numbers here. That one, I'll get some power poles here. That was my last research, I think. And I'm gonna get some, oh, is that actually correct? Nope, it was not correct. Nope, these go out again. Try again. And that was this 3. Right, now I just need to figure out, it's the inputs and outputs. I think it should be simple enough. In, out, out. No? Yeah. And then we'll get all the way over, and please have room for power poles for this. That one and final one. Good, so they are now done, and I need just the power poles somewhere. I wonder if that's enough. It probably isn't. Okay, that's good. See, there's one of them that's not even going to be connected here. Wow. What if I make this closer? Here? Okay, so that's how we do it. That one, and that one. Sure, as long as it works. I don't care. We used a few more than we technically need. Actually, I built twice as many as I need. We only needed this for every other, but now I'm doing this pattern, so that's what we're gonna do. With that being done, then we also have quite a lot more power being consumed. Oops, wrong one. There. And none of it is actually somehow powered or connected. I'll do that one. And over on this side, I really also should connect it somehow to there. Yes. And get some drones in. I must have some drones somewhere. I'm also between sessions going to look at how or why. More specifically, I have a deficit. This is good. There, I am going to say local demand, only local demand. And that will get us a ton more of these. Let's build a storage of deuterium. I don't like the top one because that's gonna clip a bit. There. And they are working. So that should, if you look at our power, so that was down to 80 or something, and now it's certainly increasing 200 and something. By increasing this, we are consuming more hydrogen, and on top of the consuming more hydrogen, oh, it's already up to 300. Then I'm also kicking these into gear. These are at a 69, 74, 75, 76% load. Okay, they might actually go all the way up to load. I haven't even activated all these. I have 32 and they're taking 12 each. That's 384 megawatt of power for that build. That's a lot. Plus the rest. Okay, I'm producing 500 or potentially producing 500. I should be able to produce more, by the way. I don't get why I'm not able to produce more. Yeah, there's something here. Yeah, this one is not activated at all. I kind of know why it's not activated. There we go. That one was not activated. So with this one activated, we should be way up in power. Then we'll go further up. If we look at the power then, yeah, 500, it'll just get us 216 more power. Let's actually see if it's that accurate. That will be 722 power when the whole thing is activated. It's going to take a bit of time to activate. So what have we done here? Let's start recapping on what we've done. It seems a bit weird that we just went out here and did so much extra, but we didn't have titanium, so we had to get more titanium from out here. We also did not have enough graphene, and without graphene we would be running out of solar cells. Without solar cells, we're going to run out of power. Without power, we're just going to be very, very sad. But the issue with this is mainly the fact that it's going to produce too much hydrogen. So I needed to find a way to deal with the hydrogen. Casimir crystals is an option, but it would require a lot of other products to do Casimir crystals. So I skipped on that one. What we can do, we've also been researching all of the tech as well, all the upgrades. That's just something that accrues. We can start doing some of these updates for the Dyson Sphere Program, and also that one, the planetary ionosphere, so we can use green lenses to get them to be more effective. Do we have any upgrades? Yeah, we still have a few upgrades. I'll just knock these out sort of as we go along, maybe between sessions or at sessions when I prepare. We'll see how that goes in the next episode. And from here on, I think it's time for us to start working on. Let's see. I think need to start working on the ingredients we need for the rockets, so we can build a Dyson Sphere. That should be the next objective. What about our power? I said I wanted to see if the power was going to be accurate. Yeah, 726. That was exactly as I estimated. Just went up there. Perfect. And this is a very nice consumption here. That means all of these are working at like 60, 70, 63% utilization. That is brilliant. Cool. I think we have a solution here that's going to work really well. These are filling up and all of the hydrogen is being consumed. I wish we could sort of there is one way we can do it. We can prioritize this one by making this one at half rate. So they will actually they will send drones out when they are at half, when they can only go half. But that means these will always be prioritized. There. This one and that one will be prioritized over this giant consumption. So when we run out of hydrogen, it'll be primarily used for the power, and only if there's surplus it'll be used for this. That's as much prioritization as we can do in this game. There we go. We are done with this episode. I am really happy with what we've done. This is really about sort of starting to scale up to a serious degree. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that I will see you guys in the next episode as we progress towards the Dyson Sphere. Until next time, take care and stay effective.